My name is Natalie Perez, and I have an interview with the bassist of Switchfoot on October 22nd, 2009. Let's talk about your new album. What's the main message you want to get across through Hello Hurricane?
Well, a lot of it comes from the album title. Hello Hurricane was an album title that we had kind of decided upon before we had even written the song called Hello Hurricane, before we had really even developed what type of album we wanted to make. But we knew that what we had been through as a band, kind of becoming an independent band and regaining our freedom, but also kind of the weight that that carries. And then we also had an experience where we got to go build some homes down in Louisiana right after Katrina, and we were really inspired by a lady that we met there who had actually lost her leg in the evacuation process. She was learning how to walk on a prosthetic leg, and her quote was, "I walked out of my last home, I'm going to walk into this one." And it really stuck with us, and that kind of became the visual picture in our minds as we were making this record, that the idea of, the storms will come, and hurricane is certainly not something that we take lightly, but standing in the face of that and jumping into the stormy waters instead of running away from it was kind of the visual inspiration that we had as we were trying to create, what ultimately we were trying to create the best record of our lives.
Cool. Sounds very interesting. What can be said about the album cover? Does it resemble the beach lifestyles of your hometown in San Diego?
I mean, for me, it kind of tells the story of a storm coming. Growing up on the East Coast, we were very familiar with hurricanes, and that was always kind of one of the first signs that you could tell a storm was coming if you watched the animals, and especially the birds. So that's kind of what it means to me. Mm-hmm. But it is nice to feel like it's also taking a piece of San Diego with us,
Cool. While writing this album, I had heard that you had written 4 other albums. Why the decision on releasing them one after the other?
Yeah, we haven't really decided how we're going to release the rest of them, but it was a really project time for us. Being an independent band, we built our own studio and just kind of decided to take as much time as we felt like we needed. Mm-hmm. And the result of that was an almost overwhelming number of songs that we tracked. Over 80 songs that we actually recorded, wrote a good deal more than that. Mm-hmm. And some of them kind of fit together better than others as far as being a completed body of work, and they kind of grouped themselves into 3 or 4 kind of loose categories that seem to take shape as albums. And as far as how we release the other 3, I think we haven't really put any plans in place yet, but we are excited about those. But the songs that we're the most excited about right now, we chose these songs for a reason. The motto was, they have to be songs that you want to die singing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Are you excited about going out on this mini tour you have coming up? What venues and cities are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah, it's going to be a real challenge for us. What we've done is we've set it up as a Hello Hurricane tour where we play the record start to finish. Mm-hmm. We come on stage and we play track 1 to track 12 in order. And we've never done anything like that. And so to play 12 brand new songs back to back is definitely going to take some practice. That's what we're doing right now. We're actually at the studio here in San Diego trying to dust these songs off. Some of these songs have been quite a while since we actually recorded them, but at the same time, we're kind of at that point in our career where we're looking for new challenges, new ways to do things, and
Cool. Sounds exciting. uh, what's one thing that hasn't been said about the album?
That hasn't been said, you mean in this interview?
In general.
Well, I don't know if it's been said or not, but this was definitely the hardest record we've ever made as a band. I think with most albums, you kind of have a goal in the distance, what you're aiming for, and then you start kind of trying to find the best way to get there, jogging towards that goal. And with this album, we had no idea where that finish line was. We just kind of started exploring and sometimes going the wrong direction, sometimes getting lost many times, and eventually found our path. What we wanted this album to be about. And in the process, 2.5 years of really, really hard work, sometimes really discouraging, other times really exciting. Ultimately, I think there's no other way we could have made this album, but it was a really difficult process.
Cool. You guys plan on performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live again. And the last time and first time I actually saw you was back in 2006, 2005. How much do you think your band has grown since then?
I think we've grown quite a bit. I think to focus on the live show for a minute, we've toured pretty relentlessly over the past 4 years, and I think we're just kind of last few years really coming into our own as far as what we can do on stage as a live band, kind of embracing the recklessness of it all, and it's exciting to get on stage every night and not know what's going to happen. Only that it's going to be unique and special for that night, and kind of embracing that rather than trying to replicate the same thing over and over.
Cool. How about your DVDs? I noticed that only your 2003 DVD is out in stores. How come the other newer releases haven't been out in the stores yet?
I'm not sure. I don't really keep up on where they're wrapped, but we do feel fortunate in that we've got a great relationship with our fans, and as much as we can, we try and put stuff up straight on our website, straight to our fans, because it seems like it kind of cuts out, the barriers getting between us and them. We've done quite a few projects over the last 3 or 4 years where we just did that, and it seems to be a great way to keep the communication alive.
Cool. Did you do any cover songs for this album?
No, we didn't. We had a hard enough time trying to figure out which of the 90s some songs we wanted to put on this record without adding anyone else's songs into the mix.
All right.